Where's my freaking glasses? When I was little, we had a computer that I would play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I was like, no, I need to start with the original. So I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. I was like, this is boring. So I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Freddy the Fish 3. I don't know what other games I was playing. Definitely Cool Math. Old fat monitor, Windows XP. Big old broken disk drive thing, and we had a big old booklet of discs that we would put in there, but then the monitor broke. My parents said it exploded into a pile of dust, but I don't know how the heck that would happen, and I don't know how believable that would be, but it exploded into a pile of dust, so we got a nicer monitor, you know. Then after, in the future, they got a laptop with a touchscreen that they're still using. No, my dad got a laptop. Okay, we still had the Windows XP computer. My dad got a laptop that eventually broke. It didn't have touchscreen. It eventually broke, and what was wrong with it was basically it couldn't stay on without the charge. The battery was broken. It couldn't stay on without being plugged in all the time. So then eventually my sister got a laptop for Christmas one of the years. And I was like, hey, I want a laptop. So, I want a laptop to play games on, you know, watch YouTube. I mean, I didn't really watch YouTube back then that much. I don't know what the heck I was doing with my life. But, you know, basic stuff that you would use a laptop for. But, you know, so my birthday or Christmas or whatever comes, and I get a Chromebook, which is a little thing that I used for recording my YouTube videos, and then my dad on the Chrome Web Store got, I don't know if he downloaded it as a test to see what the Chrome Web Store could download for free as the games for free that it had on there. He was doing it as a test to see if it would download, or if I just looked at it and saw that it was cool and downloaded it. But I downloaded Quake, which isn't another Quake game or whatever. It's just a shareware version of Quake, but I didn't know that. I was playing that endlessly, and I got stuck on the 3rd level, and I loved it. So, but sadly, one day, I spilled water all over it. Made like 90% of the keys do weird crap. Like I remember pressing D acted like you press Control F on a web page and opened up, and then acted like you hit Control S to save something. And then the 3 key put in a random string of numbers, and then the T key didn't work, the P key didn't, the P put in a random string of letters. But anyway, the weirdest one I think was the volume up button. I'm not sure, one of them didn't work, but one of them turned the brightness down, which was just annoying. So eventually I said, I want a laptop with an actual disk drive, like a good laptop. So eventually my dad let me use the granddaddy laptop, which at this point he had already gotten the touchscreen laptop for him and my mom, and my mom had this weird tiny blue thing that would be so laggy. But going back to the Windows XP, the big old computer, we got rid of this because it was old as crap. But I remember the error thing would pop up and I would click it and drag it around and make a trail, and my dad's like, no, don't do that, you want to break it. But that was funny. But anyway, we got rid of that old Windows XP computer, which was sad because so many memories on that and the desk. But we got that, and they got a laptop, and I had the granddaddy laptop. But anyway, then on that one, was it this one? I don't know. No, I think I bought Quake on that laptop because it kept my Chrome stuff. Or did I buy Quake on that one? I don't know. But I made my YouTube videos with that laptop from that point forward, and eventually I bought Quake. I was like, I beat the first episode, beat it multiple times until the granddaddy computer just didn't freaking work anymore. I'm like, okay, because all my Chrome files from my Chromebook kept over in my Google account. That's something cool that Google does. But so I was playing Quake on that, and eventually I think that one died. It just didn't work. The battery completely broke. The charging cord. No, it was the charging cord that broke. So I couldn't fix the laptop. Anyway, so we got rid of that, and then for Christmas I got this laptop, which I'm using now. And I don't know if I bought the full version of Quake on the granddaddy laptop or this laptop, but I bought it, and I made my YouTube videos on Quake. And I loved Quake. One of my favorite games. Then I said I wanted to know what the mission packs were. So when I beat Quake, I looked at the mission packs, and they were sequels. They were sequels to the game. So I said, hey, I want to buy these. It's $10 for both of them. No, it was $4 for both of them because they were only mission packs. So I bought them, and then so I got them, and then I made YouTube videos on that. And the Scourge of Armagon level design is like, oh my god, it's like incredible. But then Disillusion of Eternity, and then I was done with Quake. I was completely done after Disillusion of Eternity, which is the hardest Quake levels I have ever played in my life. But after that, I was so done with Quake, I didn't even want to finish editing the final series of Quake for the second mission pack. So I was done. I uploaded they're privated. They're privated because they have some personal information that I didn't feel like going through the 9 hours of footage I had total in there throughout the 3 videos. some personal information that I didn't want to release in there. And my mom did something, and she said, you don't put that in the video. So I was like, okay, I don't really feel it, so I upload them private. Maybe in the future I can figure out a way to edit it. I don't know. But then like months later, I looked at the third mission pack, which I didn't originally play because it wasn't official. So I looked into it, and I downloaded it. I was afraid it would get a virus, so I didn't download it first, but I downloaded it. And it didn't make what baffled me, because I didn't know how shortcuts worked. It didn't make a shortcut on my desktop, so I was like, what is happening, man? So I looked it up, and I needed something called Quake Spasm, which is a modern engine to run Quake on. And I figured out what the rune glitch was at this point. So I looked into it. I got Quake Spasm, and I loaded it up, and I was like, what? It's full screen! And I thought at the time that it fixed the rune glitch, but I'll get into that later. So I was like, holy crap, it fixed the freaking rune glitch. And I was like so amazed at that, but it didn't. But anyway, I was like, holy crap, full screen. I don't have to type in plus mouse, look into the console every time I load it up. I was like, this is amazing. I'm using this forever. So you type into the console a specific code to get to the title of the game, and then the title of the folder that is the game inside your Quake folder, to get to the Abyss of Pandemonium, which is the third mission pack. And I made an entire series on that one. And then I started recording myself doing episode 5, Dimension of the Past, which is a semi-official, like, 4th mission pack to the game, which is just a 5th episode. So, but then I was done with Quake. And then I looked into... No, I got Arcane Dimensions. Oh my god, that thing is insane. I started making a YouTube series on it, and then I was like, this is... Because at the time I was in my parents' room, because that was the only thing I could record my videos with, because in here, my TV was this big. I can't record on that thing. So I spent all my time in my parents' room. But the bed in their room, because I got a memory foam, an extra layer of memory foam on my bed. So their bed is just like a freaking rock in comparison to my bed. So I got irritated, uncomfortable. I thought Arcane Dimensions was way too hard, so I decided to play some Arcane Dimensions Quake mod in here, in my room, which I ended up saying screw it to the recordings, and I was done. But okay, so then I knew what Doom was because it was getting a remaster. So I decided to look into Doom. So I didn't want to just buy it because I'd never played it before. So I got the Doom, and I was going to play the shareware episode on an emulator online of the shareware version, which which screwed me up because if you hit escape to pause the game, it escapes out of the full screen mode of the shareware emulator. So I was getting really annoyed by that, and I made a video on it. But I kind of didn't feel like editing it, and then all the footage got deleted, which is really sad because there was this hilarious part where I tripped over my wire and fell on the floor, and it was just absolutely hilarious. But I liked the thing, and I beat it. I beat the 2 Hell Barons at the end of the first episode, and I pretty much liked it. Not as much as Quake, but because Quake is just limitless, but Doom is a good classic. But anyway, I decided, hey, I want Doom, dude. So I got Doom. I didn't make a video on it because I already played it and didn't feel like making a video on it. So I beat episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3, and I'm pretty sure I killed the Spider Mastermind without the BFG, and I didn't find a BFG in there at all. And then I started the 4th episode, which I found was extremely effing difficult, bro. So I didn't play that. I played like half of it, well, like the first 3 levels of it. Then I stopped playing Doom for a while, and I went back to Quake because I saw that Quadicted was a website where you could upload your own custom-made Quake levels, which is where I got Arcane Dimension. I got Arcane Dimension from Simon Sacco Callahan's official website where he uploads his Quake stuff. But, dude, I went to Quadicted, and there was a Quake injector, which I didn't completely understand at the time, but I was like, I'm not going to deal with that because it looked sketchy and it looked like a virus, and I didn't know how I wouldn't have figured it out at the time, and it was just all kinds of weird. So I was downloading the Quake zip files for different levels, and then I was putting the zip file into the Quake folder and going into Quake Spasm and going in the console and typing in what I named the folder, and then it was just a big mess, which was complicated. But I liked playing the custom levels and the custom mods that people made, and it was really fun. And then I got obsessed with it and wanted to make my own Quake level, so I looked up a Quake level maker and I found Trench Broom. And Trench Broom is a modern, or Trench Broom 2.0 rather, is a modern Quake mapping thing. And I looked at DS Dump Truck's tutorials for it, and it was kind of complicated, but I think I would have gotten a hand of it if my laptop didn't totally freak out when I tried to use it. All the textures that I tried to use were completely black, and all the monsters were nothing but blocks of textures. And I asked him in the comments, and he said you did the things wrong, which at that point I completely gave up on it, because it just seemed way too complicated for my kind of stuff. So I decided to I don't know what I was doing then. Probably playing Crash Bandicoot. I don't know. Snails. I don't know what I was doing then, but I stopped playing it. Pretty much just doing whatever, you know. Probably got my PS4, so I was playing Uncharted. I don't know, but eventually I decided to look into Quake Injector, and boy does it make everything easy. You can just click, with this thing you have to properly configure the settings and stuff, which is not really that hard to do, but it's confusing if you don't know how files work. You literally just go through a list of every single Quake level in existence, and you can do it alphabetically, A to Z or Z to A, with the code name for the level, the title of the level, the author or authors that are in the level, mod, or map pack, or whatever you get. Or you can do it the ones that you've downloaded, you can sort it that way, or you can sort it via the date it was released, and then you just look through it, or you can search for anything you want, and then you can click it, hit download, and play, and it just works like a charm. And then I was going to download the map. I forget what it's called at this point. I made a Steam help for it and a YouTube video. You can watch it. You can watch the YouTube video. Basically what happened was I downloaded this map and I tried to correctly configure the files because the music track didn't work and then it was lagging. So I configured the files for it and it didn't really work good. It was like freezing for a split second. Come in.
We're leaving.
Okay.
Sarah will be here for a little bit yet. Bye.
Bye. So it was like freezing and then unfreezing for a split second, and then it would freeze again. Like my snaps are freezes. And that's freaking annoying. I don't want that in my Quake. So I deleted the level. I restarted my laptop. That didn't work. I deleted the level, reinstalled it. That didn't work. And apparently it had somehow affected the base game for Quake. So it would do the same thing in Quake, which would render the Quake thing unplayable, which I got totally bummed about. So I also had downloaded Minecraft, which I made a YouTube video on that. It's completely frick on my laptop. And then before that I downloaded Commander Genius, which is I didn't get the full game of Commander Keen, but that's cool. And then I decided that was basically unplayable. So I eventually, the next day I tried to delete my entire Quake, uninstall it, delete all the custom files that I got for it, and reinstall it and redo the Quake spasm, get the Quake injector, do all that, and it was fine. It just worked. I don't know what it did. I don't know what it did different, but it worked. And so I deleted the Steam help for it because I didn't want people trying to help me when I already when I already had it fixed. So I deleted that, and then I was downloading Quake, and then I don't know what got me interested in Doom. Oh, Doom was, or I was getting I think it was a mixture of me getting kind of bored with Quake and it being laggy, so I decided, hey, I want to click on Doom, so I clicked on Doom. I beat it, and I liked the final episode, so I was like, dudes, I'm gonna buy Doom 2. So I got $5 for walking a dog, and I decided I'm going to buy Doom 2 with this $5. So I went to Steam. My dad helped me get it. I got these sick headphones, which I can't wait to do an unboxing video on that. That's going to be sick. The previous unboxing video was hilarious. I acted like I was picking my teeth with the previous pair of headphones that I broke by rocking out too hard and slamming my headphones down on the dog steps that my now deceased Sunny dog used to use to get up onto the bed because she's an old hag. Wasn't old. Whatever. Anyway, so So I decided, and I clicked on it, and Doom 2 was on sale for $1. Not $5, $1. And then my dad said, "What's that?" And he was pointing to a Doom Classic Complete Collection, or whatever. And it was Ultimate Doom, which I already had. Doom 2. The master levels for Doom 2, which is normally like $10, I think. And then Final Doom, which is TNT Evolution and the Plutonia Experiment, and which is $15, I think. All for $5. Ultimate Doom, Doom 2, master levels for Doom 2, and Final Doom for $5. Holy frick. So I bought it, and I basically beat Doom 2 in like 2 or 3 days. And I freaking love it. And then it started lagging a bit. But I was lagging a little bit. Because I did... Before I was putting GZ Doom, the engine that I used to run Doom, or everyone uses to run Doom, into my Doom, Ultimate Doom folder. But what I followed with, when I got Doom 2, the demo for it, because I played it and I liked it, the demo for it, and when I got the demo, I used this, Icarus Lives' tutorial for GZ Doom, which you make a GZ Doom folder, put all of the file, unzip it into that folder, and then you get the WAD file for Doom 1 and 2, and put that in. And then I downloaded, and then when I beat Doom 2, I decided to play Doom, or Final Doom. And when I loaded up TNT Evolution, it was lagging. Tremendously lagging. So I was like, dude, what? So I went to Plutonia Experiment, it was lagging. I went to... I went back to the original Doom, it was lagging the most. And I'm like, what is going on here? Why is Doom, a game from 1993 and the sequel from 1994, lagging on my laptop from 2019? How is this possible? So, and I went on to the original Doom engine for that the Steam release comes with, and it would just freeze randomly, and I couldn't do anything about it. It wouldn't crash, it would just freeze. And you just couldn't do anything about it. And then, so I was like, what in the frick, dude? Doom 2, now one of my favorite freaking games in the world. I thought the level design was much better than Doom 1's were. Doom 1, each level felt like a freaking maze, man. I don't know what was wrong with the level design in that game, but Doom 2, the level design was great. I love the new monsters. The super shotgun is... I love it. But then it started lagging, so I'm like, oh my god, I don't like this lagging. So basically, a bit of backstory. When I tried to download Fortnite, I made a video on that around October 2018. It's a pipe dream to get that thing correctly loaded. I had to load it on like everything low poly. I get stuck in the floor because everything's so glitchy. Everything lags to the point where I can't even fight without the freaking game freezing. So I was upset about that, and I was basically certain that my laptop was not going to run Quake. I mean, I was uncertain that it would run Minecraft when I got it, because I got Minecraft and apparently it was running on my friend Logan's gaming PC that he brought to my house. So at that, and he said he lowered some of the settings to make it easier, but it didn't really do anything that would officially help me with my Minecraft on my laptop. But then I reconfigured the settings on Minecraft recently to get it to run normally. That's in my Minecraft video. And it runs fine, lags a little bit in the beginning, but once you get into playing the game, it works fine. So the thing about my laptop, the thing that started me knowing that my laptop couldn't handle stuff was when, a long time ago, when I got Dark Places, which is a Quake engine that some people say is better than Quake Spasm because the sound files are much better and it has neat lighting effects and particle effects and stuff. But I didn't like it that much because I thought that Quake Spasm fixed the room glitch, which then I figured out that apparently when I said, hey, I want to play it on hard, after I fixed the lagging issue that I had with when I downloaded that one map off of the Quake injector, I decided I want to play it on hard, and then the room glitch happened. I was like, what? So I figured out that apparently Dark Place to fix the room glitch, which I was unsuccessful at figuring out how the frick, because it was like a mod. It confused me tremendously, but then I discovered that Copper Quake, a mod I had already looked at, fixed the room glitch, so I was playing on that for a while. But anyway, it started a long time ago when I got Dark Places to look at the Epsilon mod, which lagged a bit on my laptop, and that was the moment where I was like, okay, my laptop cannot run games good. But when it got into Minecraft, and it was lagging on Minecraft, that's when I kind of knew that I needed a better computer if I wanted to play these top-notch games. So I started looking into it, and I know what gigahertz are, I know what RAM is now. I looked into all that, and I found one. And I can put up the page of it right now, or at the end of the video. I found a freaking computer. Now you guys can tell me if this computer is good or not. It's a PC, i7 processor, which normally things are i5, but this is an i7 processor, 3.1 or 3.8, I can't remember, gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 1 or 2 terabytes of data. So, okay. Now, I want you to go down in the comments and type how much dollars this thing costs in the comments right now, and then while you're doing that, I'll tell you what happened with my laptop. So I figured out how to look at the RAM on my laptop. 4 gigabytes of RAM. I'm like, okay. The recommended gigabytes of RAM for Quake is 6. So that's a miracle that can even run on my laptop. But I looked up for Doom, and it's 8 gigabytes of RAM. But anyway, I talked with my friend Cameron, and we went through 3 or 4 different things of this that I thought were good. Basically, I looked at this thing, i7 processor, 3.1 or 3.8 gigahertz of graphics cardness, and then sorry, hold on. And then 16 gigabytes of RAM, which 4 is normal. 8 is normal. 8 is normal. I heard that it's a little bit more than you need, but gamers like to go with that. Just normal people like to go with that for just the thing. And then 16 is outrageously more than you need to run. Like, if you don't understand what RAM is, it's basically, I can't pick up 50 pounds. My laptop can't pick up Fortnite. I could probably pick up 50 pounds. I can't pick up a car. My laptop can't pick up Call of Duty or GTA 5. It can't pick that up. It's like a weight for your computer processing power. If you don't understand. Anyway, here's the big finale for this computer I found. Okay, I'll go over it again. i7 core processor, 3.1 or 3.8 gigahertz of graphic card in this, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. For only $229. Oh, yeah. If you think that's much, the normal one, if you type in gaming PC, you get $1,000, $2,000. It's just $700 and $800 is the average price for a gaming PC. But I looked at the most expensive gaming PC on the entire site of Amazon. I forget what it's called, but it's one for $11,000. It's this weird cube. $11,000. Oh yeah, you want to buy a car? Or a computer? Who the heck would spend that much money on that? You just get this computer, and I looked up Minecraft. The recommended amount of RAM for Minecraft is 6 or 8, I think. And then Fortnite is 8, Overwatch is 8, GTA 5 is 8. Each individual game is 8 gigabytes of RAM, and I have this one for only $230 for 16 gigabytes of RAM. I think this computer is good. It's a computer, so it's going to be a getting used to looking at the TV, or I can buy a monitor that I can sit on my tray table and look at, and then I'll need a wireless keyboard, and I have my mouse here. But I was thinking about getting it on Christmas. However, I'm saving up my money, so I only need like 40 something more bucks, or 43 I think it is, more bucks before I can buy it. And then at that point, I can play pretty much whatever I want. Someone in the comments said that they don't think it could run like top-notch graphic game. Like, probably it'll have a bit of trouble with GTA 5 or Fortnite, possibly, but Fortnite's made for consoles, even though it's sort of a it's not too completely first person, but that's why I like first person, because the camera, moving a camera around with an analog stick is the most anal thing, get it? Is the most annoying thing. It's a pain in the butthole, but anyway. That's basically my experience with computers and Quake and Doom. So I can't wait till my new headphones can't come in, because okay, so the reason I got so this is a story with my headphones. I got black headphones that my dad bought or had, or no, it's black headphones that my dad bought. I was rocking out to Metallica, because that's when I got into Metallica. I'll tell you, that's a whole different video. But my headphones slammed on the doggy steps that I told you about, and they broke. One ear, I don't know if it was left ear or right ear, but it sounded like probably not as bad, but it kind of sounded like how Bruce Dickinson described his jacked up earpiece at the concert, a cement mixer going mad on acid. That's kind of what it sounded like, that muffled through the James Hetfield singing. But so that's my 40-minute story time. Oh, I'm not done with headphones. My thing And then my new headphones, there was this screwy thing. It was Panasonic headphones that my grandpa bought me, $20. There's this little screwy thing on it, wouldn't screw right on it, and then my headphone kept on falling off. Like the speaker kept on falling off. Which then I bought a new set of headphones, which are these. And as you can see, they broke. It completely broke. On this side, it broke like that. I was sitting weird, don't ask, but I was sitting weird. And my knee broke it. And then this, I was just going to put it on at the hotel in Virginia and the Iron Maiden concert. And if you do want to watch that video, you can just watch the beginning part with me. That's the best part because my editing skills are funny. But even though I do it with iMovie. But as you can see, this is completely broken. So probably today or tomorrow, I'll be getting my headphones. It said August 6th. But it said 2 business days. Which doesn't make any sense because I got it like two or 3 days ago. But that's the story with Quake, Doom, computers, and then headphones. So that's my gigantic rant that I wanted to say. Hope you enjoyed me talking for 42 minutes. I'm going to go.